Hello everyone, I hope my screen is visible. So today is our session 7 and we are going to be looking at JavaScript. So let me see if I can, okay. So in the previous cohort, we had an assumption that, we are good at looking at things like JavaScript. But I think as a core fundamental language of both the Web 2 and smart contracts in Solidity, it's a good thing that we give it attention. So let me get started. I think we have somewhere interacted with JavaScript, but probably what we want to do is to recap and also go a bit deeper. So in the subsequent sessions, some of the coming sessions, we shall be going deeper into JavaScript and hopefully come to a point where we all can say we are comfortable with it, so that we use it in most of what we are going to do, like React and many other things. So yeah, let's get started. My name is Kakoza and this is session 7 of the Decentral Code Web3 Bootcamp cohort 2. Alright, so where do we get started from, or where do we start from? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to I may need it, but as we shall see, let's start here. So I think last time we had a product where we embedded script files. So I think I can create a new folder, open, middle, session 7. So in this I'm going to create a new file, index.html. So one of the things we had in the session where we built our app was that we had an HTML document where in the body we linked to a script, a VM script which was in form of a module. So the way we link to JavaScript usually is using the script tags. So you can either use JavaScript both inline, the way we used CSS, or just both inline if you can understand that, or you can link it to an external file. So inline, I mean just here in the body I can always use JavaScript. So, or I can link it to a file, an external file. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to have the type. So we've seen one of the types as a module when we are linking to an external library which was vm.sh. So another type can be text/JavaScript. I think I have it clear, and I will also share, if interested, I will share these slides. So yeah, and that's it, and we can from there we can start pretty much writing JavaScript. So we are going to start with one of the most alert function, JavaScript built-in functions, but this is just to show us how JavaScript works. So if I'm to have this, maybe a question: have I started on the right note, or I should start a bit somewhere? So have I started at port 5500? Okay. Port 5500. So as soon as we load this page, we can all see that we have says hello world. So this is just with a single line you are having this interaction. So what is this JavaScript really? JavaScript is used in many ways. One is interacting with what we see on our website. The others is creating fully-fledged applications and softwares. So if we want just to use it for maybe testing and interactions, we can come to any of our search engines, and just even before we do anything and we're on the search engines, if I right click on my PC and I say inspect, there will be a new window that comes here. Okay, yeah, so this window is a window that is showing what is on the back end of the page. So it is showing the HTML in Elements, CSS, and JavaScript files that are interlinked and how it is going. But here on this we have elements, console, source, network, and even if you don't see these, you will already see the arrow signs. And when you look at the arrow signs, we have other things like performance, memory, application, privacy and security, lighthouse, recorder. So in here there are very many different modules that show how data is being loaded onto the screen for you to see. So from these codes, as a user, you just see a fully fledged page that is ready for use. So here if I click on performance, you can look at a window of maybe the performance of my internet and things like that. But here what we are interested in is console. So when I click on the console tab, you can see that we have some things here, some mess. So MetaMask encountered an error setting the global Ethereum provider. This is just showing that the page is even loading issues at the back that MetaMask has. We have patching protobuf, long.js instance, and we have all this just loaded even just initially in my window. So these vary according to what you have as extensions and things that you used in your browser. But I can click on this sort of circle with a slash to clear the window. So if I clear the window, you can see that I only have something here. I only have this and an arrow. So here I can also say maybe I can start writing JavaScript functions just to load in my window. So if I say alert, seeing this in console excites, and I close and I press enter, you see it makes an effect the same as we had seen in our web page. So yeah, you can also write just JavaScript right here in the console, and that's also one of the ways. So JavaScript is used in enhancing the way pages load, the speed, how things are displayed, but it's also used to create Web3 and Web2 applications and entire systems. So because of its power, we are not going to assume because as we reach to React, we say, as you know, in JavaScript, so we want to go and get to the core of it. So yeah, this is where we are. So as we had stated that, you can start by putting it directly in your page, or you can have an external script. I prefer putting it in the same directory. Let me say right here, if I create a new file, I can call it index.js or main.js. Let me put main.js. So again, I can link to it from here. So this script, I'm going to alert. So script here, the way we link to an external file is we use the src keyword, and then I can say main.js. So if I comment this out, hopefully my screen is visible. Should I put it back to default? Is this okay? Yes. Okay, hopefully my screen is okay. All right, so yeah, so in case I write, let me press an alert, I write the same alert, and save and have it removed from here, and I reload this document. Okay, reload. You see, you get the same alert. So we have linked to an external file. All right, so I think from that foundation we can continue a bit. So for command line output, there is console.log. As we saw, if I write here, okay, so probably I can start using this, and console.log. Yes, we are here for JavaScript. After saving, you will see that I think, let me use this, inspect element. Okay, console. So okay, you see here down that we are here, command plus, yes, we are here for JavaScript in the console. It does not pop up. So these are different methods that do different things. Alert pops up a window that will alert you, and console types those words in the console panel. Now this console is really useful when you're debugging. Sometimes you want to reach on a given line, and then you just make sure that you are updated that, okay, maybe this data is returned, or your code executes up to that point. So we use the console, and so that you as a developer and other developers can see, if you want maybe to direct some other people where you put your debugging code and things like that. Yeah. So I think we can go systematic. Okay, so we can start from JavaScript essentials. We have variables, primitive data types, and yeah. So when we want to declare a variable, we use the let keyword, maybe let a equals to 10. We can also use var name is assigned to open double quotes Abednego. We can also declare constants with const keyword. So const may be pi is assigned to 3.14. Yeah, and things like that. So these are the major conventions for declaring variables. What's happening? Okay, so these are the major mechanisms for declaring variables, and you can log them, maybe console.log, so to show these names. So if I refresh, you see that our values are being logged here. And okay, a minute. So yeah, we can go further to also declare maybe big ints, boolean. Let my number, let big int. So big int is a big integer. So a big integer is simply let infinite stripe be assigned to. So these big integers can be, maybe you have an integer that you want to that tends to infinity, you will add an n value and you can console. But one key thing is if I declare let maybe not declared, if I declare a variable and I console log it, it will show. So if I console.log not declared, you'll find this undefined. So the way JavaScript does it is it tries as much as possible to eliminate or to stop errors that will stop the program from running. So it will simply declare this and not define it. In some languages, if for example you have an undeclared variable and then you console log it, it could return an error or probably empty, but here it just returns undefined. There are also other data types like bool, you can look through them, boolean, null value. Yeah, I think that's it. So sometimes one also of the issues that JavaScript has in debugging, because of this assumption it wants to take, you might find some issues whenever you are debugging code and you're having undefined. You have to console log until you find the section where the data is generating the undefined thing. So for example, if let me say let my sentence, I can have it here, let my sentence be assigned to So with this, there is what we call escape strings. So if I wanted to have something like this, I'm running at the speed of thunder, don't try me, don't try my speed. If I had that, you have to make sure that when you're declaring these, the double quotes, if you have double quotes outside, then they should end here. So if you can always use double quotes and single quotes. So if I console log my sentence, and I'm running at the speed of thunder, don't try me. So if I put this in single quotes, and okay, let me just create something and get new. Ctrl Z, Ctrl copy, and Ctrl V. Okay. All right, so here I can name it sentence 2. And if I console log it, and here I have started with single quotes. Already we are seeing an error, so the sentence stops here. Whenever it finds another single quote, it will stop there. So in such scenarios, you can escape the next character by using /. So hopefully that makes sense a bit. So the / is used to escape the next character, to say that don't take this character as the way conventional JavaScript takes it. And also here we escape it. Yeah. So now if we go back and close, okay, reference error. Okay, now it's fine. I'm running at the speed of thunder. Don't try me, or don't try my speed. So that's it with escape string. There are also other things like putting it on a new line. So /n puts the next word on a new line. You can go back, and don't try me is on a new line. Okay, so let's continue. I want to get somewhere. So for us to comment, you can use that. Okay, let me write. This is to showcase console log capability. And if I want to comment this out, so maybe I want this to be a comment before the console logs. Okay, of logging data. So this is like commenting. It helps me to understand the code, but JavaScript will not compile it. You can also, there are two ways. This is the first way to comment out your data. You can also comment using another way, which is star, and then where it ends star /. So this is also commenting on different lines. Yeah, there is that, and there is also the first way we did which is this. Okay. I want to be fast in these small things, but I think they will count in the future. So see, what haven't I looked at? What haven't I looked at? Okay, I think we can go further. Okay, so arrays and their properties. So now we are going to start getting in the nitty-gritty of some things that are interesting. Which are arrays. So if we are to look for arrays, an array is a sort of a collection of data. I don't know what I've not looked at, so okay. I think we shall find others. Probably before we go to arrays, one thing I didn't look at here was we have primitives, modifying data, and operators. I think we should first finish those. So you can convert data, as we shall see. Maybe we have had this string, so you can convert to uppercase, to lowercase. Let me write another let here. So let name be assigned to Abdul. Probably Ayan. And so we can say name2 is we have already name. Let first name fname. So the most taken way of the most naming convention is called camel casing, and camel casing is where you have, if there are two words, the for example, I have a name of my fruits. Let me say my fruits. So I will start the word with a small letter, and then the letter of the second word will be F. So this is the most advised way to name variables in JavaScript, but it is not the convention. You can name your variables without that mechanism, but I find it good. So I can say name2 here, let first name, let fname2 be assigned to fname dot to lowercase or to uppercase. So to lowercase. So we are also going to look at these functions. This dot to lowercase is actually a method. I think that will be in the next session. So I can console log this, and we see what it is. So you see that Ayan is lowercase. I can let fname 3 name upper be assigned to fname.uppercase. And if I console log fname upper, I think, where is it? It will be all uppercase. Now you might be having like a user input, so a place where you are giving users to input something, and then maybe you want to have these names, the first letter to be uppercase and other letters smaller case, no matter how they put the name. So you can start to play around with it with the character art function. I think we are going to go there, and also yeah. So maybe I can explain this. So fname3 says that for the first character, for the character at position 0, we want it to be to uppercase, and then the other ones can be in lowercase, or you can leave it. So maybe if I just have it here, it will always be in this format. On here we can say, so instead of saying let fname, there are some functions. Maybe I just want to take it further. Prompt enter so we can select fname, go to prompt, enter your first name. So what is a prompt? It's also a function, but essentially what it just does is to give a user a window for them to enter their name. So I wanted just to bring a real user scenario. So this is how it is. I can say maybe Kakoza, and then I click OK. So once I click OK, it's going to return so fname, and then fname2 is fname.lower, also .log. So let me refresh. So here it will return the input Kakoza, and we see that this is what we always want. So this could be like a form or something like that in a real case scenario. So with these small methods, descriptions, and small things, this is how we start creating the programs that we need to create. Yeah, and things will get clearer as we move. So modifying data types, we have looked at that, at least. Fname, we shall keep exploring these functions. I think there is a section for that, as we also start to create programs that in a way make sense. Okay, so multiplication, addition, and things. Maybe we can have this is where we declared, so I can say let num1 be assigned to